Moving on swiftly. Anything else, bro?
I do have a question actually on the script breakdown that you did.
Yeah.
Through the overview, is it like as a setter, should I be asking have you tried anything to help with the issue? Probably not a
more of a closer question, bro. On the set call, all you need a gap. It needs to be a tangible gap. They need to be open to help, and it needs to be a priority for them. It's pretty much it.
okay.
Other than that, in my mind, that's on the closer. Like
Sweet.
removing competitor objections, all that sort of stuff, like emotion. That's closer job.
Sweet.
So yeah. Sweet.
Cool. I did have a question as well, Orlando.
Yeah.
How do you extract a pain from a business owner that just wants more money and just wants to have another stream of income?
On a set call or a closed call?
Set call.
Why do you need to extract pain on a set call?
To make sure they show?
I think you don't need pain for them to show up. You need them to have a gap, and you need to build like trust with them, and show that you understand what they're going through. I think it's more so that, but like pain can show up in different forms. Like pain for that guy is probably what I would call his why. Like, why does he actually want to start an e-commerce business? So let's role play it, right? You be Mr. Businessman.
Yeah.
You be Mr. Businessman. I'll be the setter.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Jax.
Yeah. Oh, it was Triage as well.
Yeah, cool. Oh, so we're on Zoom.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jax. Phone Triage, sorry.
Okay. Hey, Jax.
Hey, yes. Who's this?
Hey, mate. It's just Orlando from Ecom Capital. How's it going?
Oh, yeah. I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, just being the boring guy, man. I saw you. Looks like you booked in some time about looking into starting an e-commerce business. Is that right?
Yeah. That's correct for sure.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Cool. Well, today's just a bit of a quick one. Just want to find out more about obviously where you're at, where you want to go, and see if there's potential for us to help. And if it makes sense, we can block out some longer time. I can send you some more free trainings, and if not, that's cool as well. But what's the overall outcome you're wanting to achieve at the moment?
Yeah, look, I've got a hair salon company, and I'm just wanting to start a business with my daughter on something on the side.
Oh, nice, awesome. How long have you been running the hair salon business for?
Around 8 years now.
Oh, good stuff. Cool. And so what was it about like starting another online business that piqued your interest?
I just wanted to do something with my daughter, because I'm systemizing the business at the moment. So within the span of like a few weeks' time, I'll have a lot more time, and I know my daughter's tech savvy, so I just want to do something, a little bit of a passion project with her.
Oh, nice. Okay. And why an e-commerce business? Why not? I guess there's heaps of businesses you could probably start with, though, right? Like, what attracted you to e-commerce?
Oh, just I think because she's really good with all the technology. So I'm like, let's have a little bit of fun, start a brand, maybe something that can complement the business that I've already got. So something in the beauty or hair space.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. And so other than it being a passion of you to like start that business with your daughter, like what's having you want to actually start another business rather than just focus on continuing to grow the hair salon business?
You asked the question in 5 different ways. Wow, I love it. Just I don't know. You pre-handle me. The pack comes out. Yeah, I see. Okay.
Just keep the same tone. Don't get flustered. Don't let them think that you're trying to get a specific answer out of them. I'm not saying you did this, but this is sometimes things that people do. Because if they can sense that, they're gonna sense that you're trying to take them somewhere. And if they sense that, they're gonna give you worse answers. But if you keep the same energy, same curiosity, you don't let it phase you. Oh yeah, cool. Like you're genuinely just trying to understand the truth. That's all we're trying to do. So yeah, like what has you want to start? Oh, it's a passion project. Cool. Other than a passion project, like what stood out to you about e-commerce? Oh, this, you can align it with the business. Okay, cool. And I guess like for you, like other than being passionate, right? Other than what I don't want you to talk about, because passion isn't really a reason. other than that, what has you wanting to put time and energy into starting another business rather than just continuing to grow the hair salon business?
Mm.
And if you kept going, I was actually expecting you to keep going, but if you kept going, I would then be like, okay, cool. Can you not like employ your daughter with your hair salon business though? Could you not do something with her there?
Yeah.
Oh, we could, but I think e-commerce is a bit easier. Oh, how do you mean? Like, I would just keep unwrapping until I get the answer I want.
Right. Okay. I think that's what I did wrong. I think I moved on before I had the answer. Just
Yeah,
ask 4 or 5 different times until I get it.
probably. Do you
Yeah.
have the recording?
Yeah. I'll pull it up. I'll
Yeah,
find
put
it.
it in the chat. If we get time, we'll have a look for sure. Any questions on that, guys? Okay, I saw your question.
Yeah.
A triage is the only difference between a triage and a normal set is a triage is inbound. So they booked into Jax's calendar.
Oh, okay.
It's the only difference. That's why on that I did a bit of a frame and I asked the
Mm.
outcome question because it was a triage. If it was outbound,
Okay.
I've done that. You've got a bit more leverage when it's inbound because they book time into your calendar.
Right. Okay.
Did that video help, by the way, yesterday? I edited it together to make it look nice for the module, but was that helpful, like breaking it down?
Yeah. 100%. I just made that into a script of my own, and I've been using it today.
Awesome.
Got 2 sets of it.
Good job, bro. Are you like one of the top guys at Freedom Club now in the
I'm
setting?
I'm not far from the top, but I'm definitely blowing them out of the water for dials. Like I'm smashing it, bro.
Fuck yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Does anyone else have a question or anyone want to volunteer to role play? If not, I'll just pick.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
2 questions actually. First question is, does standing up help for you? Like having a stand up day?
Honestly, bro, I rarely stand up. Today, I don't know what it is. I think I've had too much caffeine. I just feel fucking hyped today. Like I felt like doing some push-ups before this. I just need to get energy out of me. So that's why I'm standing. But I actually do think it helps, to be honest. Like, yeah, if you can stand
Changes your
up.
physiology or something. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Getting
especially if you're dialing. If you're dialing,
Yeah.
I remember when, you know, Aaron, right? When Aaron and I used to live together, he'd dial on the phone and he'd stand up and he'd walk around. Keeps the energy going, so for sure. Obviously on a close call, I actually think you're better off sitting because sometimes you have too much energy where you just start to over talk and you're not laid back, you're not as relaxed, which is more of the frame in the closer role. But as a setup, you're gonna have a bit more tonality, be more active, not get bored while you're dialing, for sure. I think it helps.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to add was, because one thing I really struggled with a couple months ago was actually finding a problem with those where everything is going well. Like kind of similar to what Jax was saying. But I guess the thing that helped me was like realizing that not everyone actually has pain in their current situation, but more so a problem of getting to their next level. Something
Yes.
along those lines.
The more money someone makes exponentially, the more they're motivated by progress rather than negatives, positives rather than negatives. So I learned this from Michael Dunleavy, because he sold, I think he still sells like a $30,000 mastermind, and it's like 2 events a year. And most of the people he speaks, they're very wealthy, right? Like a lot of times millionaires. Like, so he's talking to high level guys, right? And for him, he learned that like those guys, they're more interested and passionate about a positive future than a negative future.
Mm.
And I think you can't really put people in a box because everything's relative. But if I had to put a box, I'd say if someone's making more than like 20K a month, they're probably more in that category. But it's a scale, right? It depends who you're talking to. One thing I want you guys to get out of your head though is that someone's doing really well, because everything is relative. Like I could be doing really well, someone else could be doing really well in your mind, but that's the story you're telling yourself. You're labeling in your mind that they're doing really well. But in their mind, the most successful people in the world are the most insecure people in the world. They're much further than where they want to be in their mind than you probably think they are. So just because someone's doing really well doesn't mean they're exactly where they want to be. You've just got to find out the difference between where they are and where they want to be. Does that help?
And then the problem is what's stopping them from getting to where they are to where they want to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's their pain is their why and the gap. Why do they want to get there? Why can't they get there? How far away is it? What's stopping them? That's their pain. Yeah. Jax, do you have that call recording, bro? Might be helpful for the team as well.
Yeah, just downloaded it. I will share it now.
All right, sweet. In the meantime, let's get Levi. You can role play with Storm as a prospect. The Storm be like an econ capital prospect, and Levi just go from the start, just pure outbound dial.
Sweet. Ring.
Hello.
Hello, is this Storm?
Yeah, who's this?
Hi, Storm. It's just Levi here with Econ Capital. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Sorry, with who?
I'm just with Econ Capital. You actually clicked on one of our ads, I think it was yesterday, just regarding, I actually don't know what the ad is yet, but the ad.
Yeah.
Awesome, that rings a bell. So, look, I just had some time to give you a quick buzz to see if there's anything else I might be able to send your way and really see what sparks your interest in it.
Yeah, I mean, just looking to kind of get started with ecom, right? Start a business.
Okay. And what's got you looking at e-commerce in particular?
Yeah, I would just say it's something I've always wanted to start, that location freedom and time freedom.
Gotcha. And how long has that been going on for?
How long have I
Been wanting to start?
Pause. Getting too much into the weeds. Just get into his current situation right now.
Okay, sweet. Okay, and yeah, that's cool. So what are you currently doing for work at the moment?
I'm a tradie at the moment. I own a construction business.
Oh, you own a construction business. Okay, and that's pretty good gig, mate. But what's got you looking to get into e-commerce rather than continue to do the tradesman? So.
I mean, just to make more money, right? Who doesn't want that?
Yeah, I hear you. Make more money. So at your current job, you don't feel like you're making enough money?
Pause. It's not flowing that well because
Yeah.
let's just role play Storm. Be the same prospect. Hey, is this Storm?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Storm. It's just Orlando from Econ Capital. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
That's good. I saw you clicked on our post just about starting an e-commerce business. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Good stuff, mate. Well, I just had some time to get back to you and just see if there's any other free trainings I could potentially send your way. What sparked your interest in it?
Yeah, just, always wanted to start an ecom business.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you do for work right now?
I own a construction business at the moment.
Okay. How long have you done it for?
I mean, probably like 10 years.
Oh, geez. Okay. Not a tiny amount of time. So what has you wanted to start an e-commerce business rather than just continuing to run the construction one?
Yeah, just long hours and kind of looking to kind of, make money online so I can travel more,
How do you mean, sorry?
Like there's just long hours involved running a construction business. I mean, I've had it for 10 years, but I don't really have much of a team in place and just looking to kind of travel more.
Okay. You're just doing everything yourself at the moment.
Basically, yeah, I'm on the tools and that, so.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. So ideally, are you wanting to transition full time to e-commerce if you could, or do you always want to keep the construction business as well?
Ideally, yeah, of course.
Okay. And for you, like, so other than the time and that sort of thing, like, why do you actually want to transition full time into e-commerce rather than, the hundreds of other ways you can make money online?
Yeah, because I had some friends do ecom like by themselves, so I know that it works. But it's more so that location freedom, having that online money to begin with, right?
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Then I move on. But the reason that flowed a bit better, Levi, is because at the very start, you just ask an open-ended question. He says something, sweet. What do you do for work right now? How long have you been doing it? What sparks your interest about e-commerce? Like that's sort of the flow that you want to follow. Whereas if you get into what he wants and, how long he hasn't had what he wants, it's a little bit too early for that conversation. Like you haven't earned the right to talk about that stuff yet.
Yeah, it's kind of like probing on the I wouldn't. No, it's not really small talk, but like probing just on the intro questions. Just,
Yeah, and asking specifics about him and his situation because that helps build rapport with people. Like I was reviewing one of Anton's calls for our offer, and it was our top package he was going to pitch because I was doing over 20K a month, and he was asking the same questions that he was asking like someone who was starting out. I was causing him to lose a bit of rapport with the guy because he just like he wants to talk about his business. He wants to talk about him, right, and what's currently going on. Whereas Anton was going similar to what you were doing, like a little bit more in terms of like why he even wants to make more money, all that sort of stuff. But he was doing it too early. Like he had to find out more about how is his business currently operating, how's he currently getting leads, how's he currently getting sales. Do more of that fact finding so that the guy feels like you're fucking listening, like you actually want to know what's going on. And then when you talk about his dreams and his aspirations, you've earned the right because now you understand the situation.
yeah, okay, cool. So it's kind of just a bit, just a bit too much too quickly. Just assuming a little bit.
Really good
Is it good?
analogy I learned from
Let
Matt
them
Ryder
know.
is imagine you're in the elevator with someone, right? Like if you
Yeah,
start talking about his grandpa 2 minutes in, it's a bit weird.
Hmm.
However, if you've been talking for 40 minutes, you might get there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, cool. Let's look at this call because I think this will actually help you guys as well.
She's ghosted me for context as well.
Oh, really? She no-showed the call?
Cancelled because she got sick and then she ghosted me.
Interesting.
So I'm like, what have I done here?
Interessante.
Hey, Tasha, it's just Jax here with Ecom Capital. How are you?
How are you? Good, thank you.
Awesome. How's the day been?
Full on redoing price lists, doing some social media, that kind of boring stuff that I probably need to hire somebody for.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. No, I appreciate you you wanting to start a little bit earlier as well. That works out perfect.
No worries.
Awesome. So really how these calls usually go. So obviously me just asking a few questions to learn a little bit more about you, what you are doing at the moment in the e-commerce space, if you are doing anything, and really what you are wanting to get out of an e-commerce business.
Okay.
And then if I feel like, we can support you in achieving that, from there, I can help you organise a longer call over Zoom to really go into all the details of how everything would work. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So just to clarify, do you have a store you're wanting to scale, or is this a new business opportunity?
New business opportunity.
Awesome. And when you saw us on the ads, like what was it that specifically sparked some interest to book a call with us today?
Look, I've always wanted to have an online e-commerce business. I already have a hair and beauty salon in Willerton, Perth. So that's my main business, and I've got staff and all of that kind of things. It's very hands-on, but I just wanted something passive in the background to be able to do. And my daughter is very, let's just say she's kind of got a niche for these types of things. And I said to her, look, what if I look into something that we could potentially do together? So that's just kind of where it's all come about.
Okay, right. So most people I talk to don't really want to transition out of what they do. I would assume the case is not the same with you. You want to have both of these businesses?
Absolutely, yeah. Because I want to take a step back from the salon. I physically can't do the work as much anymore, so I'm putting staff into place so I've got the business running. But I also don't want to sit at home and do nothing, and so I'm just looking at something else that I could potentially do.
Yeah, right. Okay, awesome. And how long have you been like potentially looking at e-commerce or something like that?
Probably the last couple of years.
Last few years?
Yeah, last couple of years I've been looking at, what we
Years? The fuck?
could do, but obviously we've been going down the hard roads, like what products are available, what could we possibly get, should we get suppliers over in Asia?
She said about she doesn't want to be working physically in the store. I should have probed into that.
Yeah, I was gonna wait and see if you were, but yeah, for sure. Another thing you could have probed on, depending on what she says, I was just gonna listen and see, but she said rather than just sitting at home doing nothing, like could have been, you could have just been like, oh, I mean, a lot of people would be happy to sit on the beach sipping a Kool-Aid. Like, why not just do that? Because she might be like, oh, well, I'm not that wealthy. right? Or I can't just do nothing. Like I got to keep some income coming in. Who knows? She might not have, but you would have opened the door for her to potentially say that if that is the case.
Yeah.
So like it's all that kind of that mindset.
Right. Okay. And so it sounds like you are off to a little bit of a start with this business. Is that fair to say?
Which
Like doing
business?
some
The one that
research with the e-commerce business, like doing some research, obviously.
little bits, yeah, little bits of research. It's been quite confusing with a couple of the companies that I've looked into in the past. Everyone offers different things. It's kind of like, well, somebody will give you a platform to work on. Other people will help, you find a product to sell, but they won't necessarily help you handle the marketing side of things. So I don't really know how it will all come together, to be honest with you, but it's definitely something that I would like to start up.
Okay, I see. And from the ads, did you see specifically like what?
Okay, cool. So right there, I would have taken a step back because now we're getting into a bit of the weeds, which is fine. With this girl, I actually would tackle it on a set call. I'll tell you how in a sec. But before you get to that, we still want to find out her why and her problems because we don't know any of that. So I would have just been like, oh yeah, okay, awesome. I'll definitely dive into that. Just taking a step back for a second. What's the main reason you actually do want to start another business though, rather than just, like you said, taking a step back from work and, just sitting at home on the couch? Like a lot of people would be happy with that. Like what's driving you to actually start another business? Ask that. Oh, because I still need income coming in. Oh, okay, gotcha. And so with you stepping away from the hair salon, would that be impacting your income as well? Oh yeah, it would. Oh, okay, gotcha. Like you don't have like the confused old man tone, but you're acting a little bit confused. Like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. Because before it didn't. It's kind of the energy you've got in your tone.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I just took it for face value.
Yeah.
I believed her too early. But
Yes.
yeah, that makes sense. Passion project, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, then when she goes into like she's been looking at this for a few years and she's spoken to other companies, major red flag. Normally I wouldn't say to tackle that on a set call. And to be honest, you still might not have to. Like if the close is good, I reckon they could probably tackle it if they got the call, if she showed up. But if she's saying that off the bat, that's a red flag in my mind. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. So you've been looking at this for a few years, had a few calls with a few different companies. Like, what held you back from going with any of the other companies? Oh, some help with this, some help with that. I just wasn't sure. Like, okay, so what are you actually looking for, like, in an ideal mentorship? Just to see if what we do would even align. I'm looking for X, I'm looking for Y, I'm looking for Z. Because then you can leave those notes for the closer as well. Gives them a heads up. Yeah, Storm?
Would you say that would also be a good spot to ask the why now question? Obviously not right now, but because like that's the first thing that came to my mind was like, and I've done this on other set calls, even like close to the beginning, where they're like, oh, I've been looking at this for years. How long is years to you? Or like 5 years. Okay, well, what's kind of shifted for you more recently to want to, to potentially even take action now though?
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
Yeah, great question. Just before that, I would actually set it up though. I'd say, oh, okay, so you've been looking for a few years. So is you starting that online business, is that a priority for you at the moment? Because it's kind of like,
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
it's like, hey, you've been looking at this for a few years. You're kind of challenging, like, oh, okay, so is it a priority for you right now? Oh yeah, it's a priority. Oh, okay. I mean, what shifted for you recently to where, maybe now it's more of a priority than the last few years?
Is that because I assume it's a priority of them
Yeah.
when I asked it?
Yeah. It might not be, right? If she's been looking
Yeah,
for
that's true.
years, maybe it's not a priority.
Yeah.
So we'd
Yeah,
rather find that
facts.
out now.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Wow.
Where we come in and what we do.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Awesome. And I'm sure when starting another business, it is always nice to have a financial goal in mind, so we know it is worth the time essentially. So what would that initial goal be per month for yourself?
To generate.
So the only problem with that, bro, is because we didn't get the why before, that financial goal, it's not attached to anything. So what I mean is you've had to set it up, right? You had to give a context for why you're asking that question. You're like, it's always good to have a financial goal. But if you got context from her on why she wants to start this business, you could have linked it to that. So hypothetically, she might not have said this, but hypothetically, if she was like, well, I need some income coming in as I step away from the other job. Oh, okay, gotcha. I guess how much do you want to be bringing in so that you can comfortably step away from the other job? Oh, I'm not too sure yet. I'm not sure what's. Okay, no stress. I mean, we can talk about that. But I guess for you personally, because, who knows? Maybe e-commerce doesn't make sense for you, right? I don't know yet. For you personally, like, how much are you looking to make from an online business? I'm not too sure. Like, I don't know. What can I achieve? Well, I guess that we've had people achieve X. We've also had people achieve Y. It really depends, right? But for you to comfortably step away from the hair salon business and be comfortable with your new source of income, like, how much would you need to be making? Oh, well, right now I'm making like 5K a month, so if I could match that. Okay, gotcha. So that's the initial goal. And what's the longer term goal? Say 6, 12 months from now. Oh, ultimately, if I can be doing 10, 20, sweet. But then it's attached to something. So it's got more. Whereas, like, take it to the other extreme, right? If someone has no reason to make money, but they've just told you, yeah, I want to make 10K a month, but you don't know why, it doesn't mean anything, not only for you, but also for them, because they haven't said out loud. So they haven't internalized it.
It was a pretty average call reviewing it now. But I think that's probably the biggest archetype I'm struggling with at the moment is the business owners.
Yeah. Okay. So for that then, bro, you've just got to really peel back and challenge them in not a dick way, but just have a challenger mindset of like, you're already a business owner. Why do you want to start another business? That was something I learned as well, by the way. There's this book called The Challenger Sale. I don't think any of you guys need to read it, to be honest, because most of it is tailored towards B2B. But the one thing I learned from it is they did a study on like thousands of sales calls, and they looked at common trends. This is in business to business, but they looked at common trends as to what led to sales versus what didn't. One of the most common trends was that the salespeople challenged the prospect. They pushed back. They didn't accept surface level answers. They truly wanted to understand why. And that is the best, like, if you can take that into our high ticket sales space where most people don't do that, you'll stand out very fucking well. Because every time you push back, you're also leaning out, right? You're pushing them away and then they're going to come closer. Well, yeah, I am doing well with the business, but XYZ. Yeah, I mean, Jax, you're already a fairly successful guy. Like, what's actually driving you to start another business rather than just keep doing what you're doing with your hair salon?
They wouldn't expect it. It doesn't make sense. Because if someone's trying to sell you, they're trying to pull you in. It's like, why even do this? No,
Yeah.
back in. Yeah, I love it.
And you're stroking their ego. Dude, you're already fucking successful, man. Like, why even bother? Why even start another business?
Awesome. I
That's
appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool. Sweet. All right, let's do a role play actually.
Can I do a role play?
Yeah, perfect. Let's do a role play, Storm. You be the sales guy, Jax, you be the prospect. And be that type of person. You can make up the business, but be a business owner and challenge Storm a bit. Let's test him. Let's put it into practice.
My prospect or seller?
Your prospect.
I'll be setter. Okay, ring.
Hello.
Is that Jax?
Yes, who is this?
Hey Jax, it's Storm here with Ecom Capital. How's it going?
I am doing well, mate. How are you?
Doing well myself, man. Just staying out of trouble like usual, or at least trying to nowadays.
Yeah.
But hey, look, I saw you left some information with us about possibly starting an ecom business. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, for sure. That was this morning, hey?
Yeah, this morning. I just wanted to give you a quick ring to see if there are any more resources I can send your way. And what sparked your interest in it?
Oh, just seeing on the ad the process, mate. It just looks really logical.
Okay, process in what way?
The one that you were advertising, like the 7 steps to launching a business.
Ah, I see. Oh, are you looking to start completely new, or do you have one at the moment?
Yeah, to start an ecom business, brand new. Yeah.
Nice, man. What's the outcome you're looking to achieve with it?
Just another side income, like just a bit more money, build a business, maybe active in the future.
Nice. You have income at the moment, or what are you doing for work?
Yeah, I've got a construction business.
Construction business. Nice. For how long?
Oh, 6 years now. Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
Quite the veteran.
Mm.
Awesome. And ideally for you, are you looking to transition into the e-com side of things full time, if you could?
No. Just another stream. Mm.
Just another stream,
Yeah.
like full stop?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay, awesome, man. What would have, another stream of income coming in? Like, how would that actually benefit you though?
Well, like my construction business is at a good level. Hiring all the guys, so just about to automate that and systemize it.
Yeah.
I want to start another business and just go and travel.
Okay. Why not just put all your eggs in one basket and, focus on the construction business rather than starting a whole business?
It just seems a bit easier. Like it seems like a pretty simple business model.
In what way?
Oh well, with that, that's good. With the construction business, like for me to be able to travel, I've got to accept half the work that I'm doing now, which I can
Okay.
put employees in and kind of automate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just e-commerce because it's all online. It's just looks
Yeah.
awesome. And following a proven strategy, I think it would be quite simple.
Fuck yeah, sweet. All right, we'll
You
stop
know,
there.
of course.
Got it. Good stuff, bro. Good job. There were like tiny tweaks I would have made. Like, I reckon you could have asked, like, oh, okay, can't remember what he was talking about. You could have just sprinkled in do you not have as much of X as you'd like to at the moment? I can't remember where it was. There was one point where I was like, oh, that would have been a good question. But overall, you got
Okay.
the outcome you wanted, bro. Like, if we were grading you, like, you would have passed.
Yeah, I was one thing that didn't make sense to me. One thing I would have asked after that was like, because he wants to travel more, like, but then in my mind I was like, why does he not want to do this full time in order to actually travel more in that case? So I feel like my next question was going to be like with you hiring employees, will that actually allow you to travel more though? Like
Yeah.
with the e-com side of things, or are you looking to transition into it full time if you could?
Yeah, that would have been a great question. Like, oh, okay, so if you just had a side income and you hired employees with the construction, would that actually allow you to still travel though? Or would you need to be on site managing? No, that would allow you to travel. That would have been good. Yeah, good thinking. Good thinking. And that mindset is the perfect mindset. That's a challenger mindset. That's a like, hey, I want to actually understand the truth here.
Yeah, because I feel like ever since I've like, because this script is legit in my head now, like how we were talking about Kirihi, with like understanding the now, like I'm actually listening. I'm like, oh, that doesn't actually like how are you gonna travel if you still have a whole business as well? It's like what?
It's the perfect thinking. Yes. You
Yeah.
having that thought of, hang on, like you actually thinking, how does that work? How does that make sense? That is going to help you so much. Yeah, good job, bro. All right, let's flip it. Jax, I want you to do it because I want you to implement it just while we're learning it. You set, Storm, you be the prospect as well. We'll just flip it. And then we'll
It's a
get,
business owner, right?
yeah.
Done. Ring.
Hello?
Hey, Storm.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Storm. It's just Jax here with Ecom Capital. How's things?
Oh, doing well, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, doing pretty well, mate. Doing pretty well. Look, just had a minute in between appointments to get back to you because I see that 2 hours ago you left some info with us. So potentially getting some help with an e-commerce business. Is that
Oh
right?
yeah.
Cool. Okay. And mate, like, have you found what you're looking for, or still looking there?
I would say I'm still looking. Yeah.
Okay. And just so I am clear, like, do you have a e-commerce business you are wanting to scale, or is this a new business opportunity here?
Yeah, definitely a new business.
Cool. Okay. And when you saw us on the advertisements, like, what was it that specifically sparked some interest to leave some details with us?
Yeah, it's just the process that you guys have at the moment, right? Like, always believe it's better to learn something that's already proven in that case.
Okay. And what was it about the process that specifically stood out?
I would say just the fact that it's proven. Like, you guys have done it with past clients. I also saw the testimonies.
Right. Okay. And like, what is the overall outcome you are wanting to achieve with an e-commerce business?
I Honestly, just like passive income, like the side income.
Side income. Okay, what's the main income at the moment?
I own a business, a restaurant business.
Oh, cool. Restaurant business. How long have you been doing that for?
Uh, oh, probably like 12 years.
Okay, 12 years. Right. So pretty established then. Just trying to understand, like, why are you wanting to even start an e-commerce business then?
Yeah, like I mentioned, just like that passive income, like income on the side to begin with, and just to make some money online.
Okay, is the restaurant income not enough? Like, why don't just double down with that, maybe expand that business?
Uh, it definitely is enough. Like I'm doing well. Um, so I would say it's definitely enough.
Okay. Can see. Like, are you? I understand you wanting it on the side, but are you ideally wanting to transition like completely into this if you could?
Well, I always have like my restaurants. Um, I always have the business there because I have the goal over there is for me to disconnect it, right? So that's why I'm looking for ecom to be also on the side.
For you to what? Sorry, I missed that.
So I'm looking to like systemize my current business so I can disconnect from it. And then I'll have ecom like on the side as well, like a passive income.
Okay. But if you're systemizing your business, couldn't you just expand that? And like, I'm just trying to understand, like, why are you even wanting to do an e-commerce business, like aside from the passive income?
Aside from the passive income, I mean, it's online, right? So I'll still have to kind of visit the restaurant and everything along those lines. But if I'm able to make money from ecom, I'll be able to travel, but also hire more people to kind of, you know, fully offboard me from the business, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay. I see. So you don't have necessarily like location freedom at the moment. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. And why is that so important?
Well, yeah, I mean, being a man with a family, I obviously want to spend, um, as much time with them as I would like to. But kind of owning these businesses or restaurants, I still have to go there in person until I can disconnect.
Okay. But
Okay,
you still,
quick pause. You got there in the end, bro. Great job. I was a little clunky. I think it was mainly two things. I'm just trying to remember. The first one, get rid of do you not have X and change it to do you not have as much of X as you'd like to. So I think it was around travel. You said, oh, can you not travel at the moment? You say, oh, can you not travel as much as you'd like to right now? Or when he said, oh yeah, when he said he wants to make more money with it, you could have been like, oh yeah, you said, are you not making enough money right now? And he's like, no, it's definitely enough. The reason he did that is because when you say, oh, you're not making enough money right now, it's a little bit too accusatory, like it's a little bit too direct. But if you say, oh, okay, are you not making as much money as you'd like to at the moment? Yeah, no, I'm not. Oh, okay, gotcha. What are you finding that you're not making enough money for that you'd want to? Oh, XYZ, we want to travel, blah, blah, blah. Just that little slight tweak could have got you there faster, I reckon, bro. But overall, I could see it clicking for you. I could see it clicking where you're like, hang on, I'm trying to understand here, which is good.
yeah, I think that the biggest perspective shift, that's really good. I wouldn't have picked that up. That's solid. Really good. Just the curiosity. Just keep asking the question until I get it. And like, if you get pissed off, you weren't going to show anyway. So keep asking it till you give me the answer I want.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like if you're going to have a surface level conversation with them anyway, like you said, they're not going to show up. So yeah, good job. Even the little line you used where you're like, I'm just trying to understand here. That's a great line to use. I'm just trying to understand. Sorry, I'm a little bit confused. I know I sound dumb. I'm just trying to understand the situation. With X, ask a question. That was good, bro. Cool. Levi K, what are like, because I know you guys were just watching for these ones. We can get you role play next time, but what are your guys' biggest takeaways just from those two examples? Levi.
Yeah, I actually really like the tone, particularly on Jax's side, just that super curious because, yeah, I don't know, it just felt like he was opening up way more, just like it was really slow. Yeah, it kind of made sense for him to ask those type of questions because he already sounded curious enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of the main thing I noticed. And obviously, like the kind of the pushback when he was being a bit vague.
Yeah. How about you, Kay? Biggest takeaways?
Yeah, so my biggest takeaways from that is staying in the pocket and peeling back the layers till you get the answer you want or need.
100%. Yeah. And I guess for you, Jax, because you obviously originally brought it up, like what's your biggest like thing that, or just mindset wise, that you can implement like straight after this?
Single biggest thing is not accepting their initial response and just keep asking the question until I get something that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
curiosity, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Storm?
You know, the sort of like mindset that I have when asking questions and not getting the answers is like, in some way I'm kind of doing a disservice for this person on the phone by not having them realize for themselves. Because one of the biggest things that's clicked for me that you shared, Orlando, is like at the end of the day, all we really do with asking these questions is having them repeat it back to us so they realize it.
Yes.
So if they're not actually giving you the proper answer, it does you a disservice, but also them, because then they're never going to realize like their problem.
100%. Exactly. If someone doesn't say it out loud, then they don't, it's not as clear as it could be for them. But if they say it out loud, they start to picture it, they start to feel it, they realize basically how fucked they are, so they need to change to an extent, right? So yeah, awesome takeaways, man. Good stuff. Sweet, that was a fucking killer session, in my opinion. I'm tired. Sweet, guys, cool. Anything else before we wrap up?
I do want to ask, when I did that role play, because I feel like sometimes I can be like, maybe it's just my personality in some way, but really forward with the questions that I ask.
Yeah, sometimes you are. Sometimes you're
Yeah.
a little forward.
How can I?
Yeah, for you to tone it back a little bit, maybe try. I've seen you do this before. Sometimes it comes off a little forced, if I'm honest, but I think it'll become more natural over time. Just try smiling a bit more as you ask it, because when you smile, it'll just force you to say it in a better way. Like I even notice that with me sometimes. If I notice that, like for example, if I'm in objection handling and the mood is getting really serious, I'll just start to smile while I'm saying it because it just lightens the mood. Like even right now while I'm smiling and I'm raising my eyebrows, right? That tonality, it comes across more endearing. Whereas if you say the exact same things but you don't smile, like how much more serious do I look?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Cool. Fuck yeah, guys. You got your call with Anton tomorrow. He should be all settled in Thailand now, so that'll be good. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next week. With the modules, Jax, I don't know if you saw yesterday, but I added a few on the settings script that might be helpful for you. It's just like an iPad drawing, kind of visualizing the process. And then I did a breakdown on yesterday's call that I uploaded a snippet to. So if you want to check out that, that'd be helpful too for you.
Boom. Beautiful, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the session.
Beautiful, guys. Awesome. See you guys soon.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, guys.